Tomorrow night the ground around the Cutty Sark will be temporarily adorned with something wholly different from the usual splats of tourist ice cream. To commemorate the fact that it will be exactly 70 years since the Empire Windrush swept into Tilbury Docks, the names of each of that ship's 492 Caribbean passengers will be daubed onto the ground in slow-fading photoluminescent powder. What's more, a thematically linked soundscape concocted by playwright Roy Williams and scored by composer Darr and J. Benjamin will play aboard the main deck of the landlocked T-Clipper. In any other year this installation, a showpiece opening for the 23rd edition of annual Outdoor Arts Jamboree the Greenwich Docklands International Festival, GDIF, would be worthy of note. But in the months since its February announcement, Windrush 492 has, of course, gained new importance, urgency and timeliness. The still unfurling scandal of elderly Windrush generation citizens who were hounded and in some cases wrongfully deported from the UK, rightly prompted public fury, immigration policy change and the resignation of former Home Secretary Amber Rudd. But it also renewed our collective desire to learn more about those suited figures aboard the Windrush and the many others who followed them. This artist is releasing 1,500 LED-lit pigeons into the London sky so, quite unexpectedly, the stage is set for Williams and GDIF director Bradley Hemmings to feed this pronounced public hunger. You couldn't make it up, chuckles Williams, when he, Hemmings and I meet in the Picture House Greenwich Cafe, 3 weeks before their coming collaboration. Quite. And it seems an apt description as it is the lived experience of the Windrush generation which first breathed life into this project. Last year I met a woman called Pamela Franklin, who runs the Caribbean Social Forum in Woolwich, explains Hemmings, who has looked after GDIF since it launched and was awarded an MBE for co-directing the opening ceremony of the 2012 Paralympics. It's older people who meet every Thursday and, for some of them, it's the only social interaction they have. Encountering this group planted a seed that prompted Hemmings to reconnect with Williams who, though his Jamaican immigrant family hails from West London, has long been a Greenwich resident. Playwright Roy Williams, whose piece with composer Darr and J. Benjamin is about the arrival of the Windrush. Opening parenthesis, closing parenthesis. While a public call-out was issued to help verify the names of those Windrush passengers, we know that there were more than 492 people on that ship, so we wanted to make sure we didn't leave anybody out, says Hemmings. Williams started to visit the Caribbean Social Forum and heard these amazing stories that would form the basis of his audio narrative. Some didn't encounter racism at all, explains Williams. Some did and felt very let down. One woman also ran foul of the fact that, in her opinion, what she had learned as a schoolchild in Jamaica was way ahead of what was on the curriculum in post-war Britain. When she tried to express this to the teachers, they quickly dismissed her, slapped her down and accused her of being insubordinate, says Williams. One particular teacher used the N-word in front of her so she ran away from home in an attempt to go back to Jamaica. She had no idea how to get there so was eventually brought back. But hearing that was quite moving. Through plays such as Sing Your Heart Out for the Lads, Fall Out and Sucker Punch, Williams has expertly appraised the complexities and rose-tinted delusions of British multiculturalism. But given that last year's early trickle of wrongful deportation stories caused him fretfully to ensure his older sister had her indefinite leave to remain documentation, this is a particularly personal assignment. Did the added impetus and emotion of the scandal alter his approach in any way? Government to announce annual Windrush Day? It didn't change anything for me, but it made me more determined to be part of this, says Williams. I know the powers that be want us to go. Well, okay, Amber Rudd has resigned, let's just try to move on. To which I say, no, we won't. We're still angry and we won't shut up until all those wrongfully deported citizens are brought back. This is a way to thank those originals for coming and changing the country for the better. Beyond Windrush, wider themes of migration, inclusivity and public remembrance are being explored all over the GDIF's packed 17-day program. Inspired by the invisible messengers of the First World War, American artist Duke O'Reilly will stage Fly-By-Night today, tomorrow and Saturday, featuring 1,500 LED-lit pigeons. Outdoor dance specialists Nutgut will examine the impact of partition through an installation at the Royal Docks, and female wire walker Phoebe Bolzini will pay daring tribute to the women who fought for the right to vote. Hemmings himself is co-directing a 25th anniversary, site-specific adaptation of Jonathan Harvey's seminal LGBT play Beautiful Thing, a double bill of exhibitions featuring 2 pioneering photographers. Barbican, EC2Y. June 22 to September 2, barbican.org.uk. Jude Christian performs a solo show about the rape of Nanking for Refugee Week. Shakespeare's Globe, SE1. June 22 to 24, shakespearesglobe.com. A 1971 debate about feminist liberation brought to life by New York company The Wooster Group. Barbican, EC2Y. June 21 to 24, barbican.org.uk. The acclaimed production about the Calais jungle transfers to the West End. Playhouse Theatre, SE1. June 16 to November 3, at tickets.com. The Wallace Collection opens a new £1.2 million space with an exhibition about its founder. Wallace Collection, W1U. June 20 to January 6, wallacecollection.org. A double bill of exhibitions featuring 2 pioneering photographers. Barbican, EC2Y. June 22 to September 2, barbican.org.uk. Jude Christian performs a solo show about the rape of Nanking for Refugee Week. Shakespeare's Globe, SE1. June 22 to 24, shakespearesglobe.com. A 1971 debate about feminist liberation brought to life by New York company The Wooster Group. Barbican, EC2Y. June 21 to 24, barbican.org.uk. The acclaimed production about the Calais jungle transfers to the West End. Playhouse Theatre, SE1. June 16 to November 3, at tickets.com. The Wallace Collection opens a new £1.2 million space with an exhibition about its founder. Wallace Collection, W1U. June 20 to January 6, wallacecollection.org. This all chimes, Hemmings thanks, with a general appetite for public performances that make you think as well as whoop and applaud. Windrush 492 is presented tomorrow as part of Greenwich Docklands International Festival, SE10, festival.org. The names will be written from 1:30 p.m. and free, timed sessions for the installation will begin at 8 p.m. GDIF runs until July 7.